Happy December. Happy almost Christmas. I am so excited that all of you took time out of your super busy Tuesday night to join us for this live episode of Season Sunflower Hour. I promise you guys will not be disappointed. We've got some fun. We've got some surprises. We've got some games. We've got all kinds of good stuff. And sneak peek here, if you guys are music lovers, you are going to want to make sure to stick around for the whole show because, look, I'm not saying, but I'm also maybe saying that there could be some jingles happening later. There could be some music. There could be some fun stuff happening. So you make sure to stick around. Now, in the spirit of giving, in the spirit of Christmas being just around the corner, we are doing some really amazing things at ALS United Greater Chicago. In fact, we have, thanks to a very special person, we are doing a matching gift campaign. That means that everything that you guys donate right now is getting doubled. $10 turns into 20, 50 turns into 100. That impact is so incredibly massive. It is amazing. So if you are thinking about donating, if you want to give back to this cause, if you want to help those in the battle with ALS, please consider donating to ALS United Greater Chicago. We would be super appreciative. And I can tell you that that dollar, that money, that whatever you have, that goes such a long way. I'm going to throw up the link in the chat. You can head over to alsunitedchicago.org/match. You can head over there and make your donations. That might be a really cool gift. I mean, I was thinking about it. I mean, in lieu of gifts, right? Maybe some donations out there for loved ones would be really special. I think I'm going to make a donation in my doggy's honor. Rocky's going to be pledging some money to ALS United. It's going to be such a blast. So it is up in the chat, alsunitedchicago.org/match. If you or someone you know want to donate. And as always, it doesn't always have to be a financial donation. Obviously, this month it will be doubled, so that money and that donation will go further. But we are always happy to welcome you into the family. If you want to donate just love, if you want to donate time, if you want to come and volunteer, if you just want to spread the word, all of those things go such a long way in the battle against ALS, and we are appreciative for all of them. So please keep us in mind this holiday season, and you know what? Always. Now, if you are new to Sunflower Hour, welcome. We are so super excited to have you. Make sure you hit that follow, that like, subscribe, all of the fancy buttons that are out there just shining at you. Make sure you hit all of them so that you can stay up to date on all things Seasons Sunflower Hour, because I have a feeling you're going to fall in love with tonight's guests, but every single episode we are sharing such incredible and amazing stories, and I don't want you to miss any of it. Now, you guys are already blowing up the chat, which I really love. So if you are returning, thank you so much for your support over the years. We really appreciate it. We love seeing you, and I love the Christmas vibes already in the chat. Yes, someone said they liked the Christmas headpiece. I mean, how can you not? It is December. It just wouldn't seem right if we weren't doing some kinds of fun and exciting little Christmas things. Now, if you guys are joining, let me know, what are you guys up to for the holiday season? Any special plans that you would want to share with us? Let us know in the chat. Now, I'm going to get straight to it. We've got some incredible guests tonight. I am super pumped. I literally just got to meet them about 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to be on this journey with you guys. I cannot wait to hear their stories, to get to hear their why, and to get to hear what they've been up to. It is going to be pretty incredible. Now, if you are, like I said, if you're a music lover, I certainly am. I am really excited for these next guests. We have, to be honest, I'm going to find out soon. I don't even know how many people are in this band. So I don't know if we have half of them with us. I don't know if we have a quarter of them with us, but we do have some very special band members from Steph and The Shenanigans joining us tonight because they've got some really cool things coming up, and I can't wait to find out and share with all of you. So please welcome Steph and Sean of Steph and The Shenanigans. Let's get them in here. Oh, hello.
Make sure the Christmas is there. Yay!
I love it. Love it.
This is on right now.
Sean, what happened over there? You're letting us down. Where's your Christmas gear?
I gotta pick it up. I don't know.
Yeah. Be careful. We might have just fired you from the band.
No, we can't.
We would never.
Yes.
We would never.
We would never.
Never.
We can't afford it.
How many? So actually, I even said, how many people are in Steph and The Shenanigans? What is this band looking like?
There are 6 of us. Of Steph, on lead vocals, we have a backup vocalist named Jade, who's a pleasure to work with. We have our drummer, Derek, who's been founding member along with myself. I play co-lead guitar. We have another co-lead guitarist in Drew. And then we have a bass player in Tyler. So
this is a full-on operation. There's a lot.
We had a full-on rehearsal last night at Fort Knox Studios. Shout out to them. They always taking good care of us up on the north side of Chicago. Have you heard of it? Are you in the musician realm at all?
No, look, I love it. I appreciate it. I've been out on the road I with other very talented people.
Yeah.
I myself have no musical ability. I'm just super jealous of all those that can. So I support you from afar.
Of course. Yes. Well, we appreciate it. Yeah. It's crazy to be in something that feels so legitimate after not for so long and really thinking about it. Like, yeah, which we'll get into, but yeah. So like even having the rehearsal last night, like we just I just thought we sounded so good, but not to like toot my own horn, but I'm just so proud of how far we've come, and like it's only going up from here. So, and I think Sean would agree, but hopefully he does.
I do.
It's not for real.
That thought came into my brain. I think we're like linked or something. I don't know.
I love it. Well, okay, so Steph, you said you guys have come a far way. Take us back then. I mean, how the heck did this even come about? How'd you guys meet each other, and where did Steph and the Shenanigans come from?
Yeah, that's a great question. It originally, it's been, well, first of all, it started where all good things start nowadays, the internet. Me and Sean both met on a really good, I'm going to shout out a lot of things, but we met on a Facebook group. It's a musicians group in Chicago. And my other friend just tagged me in one of his posts. I saw that he was a singer, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And it was funny how the timing was, because I just had posted in that same group like a month prior. It's not even that good of a story. It's like on how it went. But it's just like, like a modern tale of everything,
yes.
Right? It's like you go to a wedding now and this is great, but everything's Tinder and everything. That's just sign of the time, right? So that's
who knows? Now it's worming its way into the music industry, right?
Oh,
no longer just for dating. Now it's for finding perfect bandmates and starting a music revolution.
I mean, that was the that was the meaning of Fire Festival, but that's a whole other topic.
Whole other topic.
Yeah, so that was actually just like it was a year ago. It was December, and chime in anytime, Sean. But it was December of 2024 or November, end of November, something like that. That holiday season, and we
shout out to your smiles, by the way. You're getting some love on your beautiful holiday smiles.
Oh yay!
I blushed a little bit.
I didn't even like we had the tree and we were gonna do it, but he was very, very adamant on putting it up. So, so yay, Alex! Shout out to Alex. Yeah. So anyway, sorry to keep going all over the place. So it kind of started happening kind of organically. We didn't really know we wanted to do it first. Like I initially wanted to do covers just to at least get the ground, hit the ground running, at least with getting some shows under our belt, because that was the ultimate goal, was to perform again. Just a little bit of background on me. I went to Columbia College, Chicago, and I was in the show choir all 4 years. So that was my just my awakening to knowing that I really, really love singing, and I just suppressed it for so long. So then I kind of found out, I'm like, oh, I like doing this, and maybe I should get a creative outlet again. So anyway, so that's kind of what stumbled me upon to do it. And I think Sean he wasn't in show choir, but he has a similar, minus show choir, I think he's a similar, journey, to this. So, but yeah, so it started with Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. That was one of our first rehearsals, and then we're like, okay, let's kind of go up on this. And when we all agreed that, and when I got all of the members, and we all agreed that, okay, we all just want to do covers with, of course, working on our own, collective project, of course, which is hard, but again, whatever. A lot of times people do want to hear covers anyway, so we'll do that. But either way, yeah. So along that, so that's kind of happened, and then we didn't have our first show until this past September, but we really wanted to be really solid and performable, you know what I mean? And so we had our first show at Montrose Saloon on September 5th, and we sold out the place. Sean's mom couldn't even get in. It was really just
What? Sean, your mom got stuck out of your first show.
12 of my family members got in. So
yeah, so there are a few people who it being our first show, we didn't do the best of jobs of promoting the online tickets, and a lot of people caught on, but a few people who were a little bit busier, and had a little more going on, they came to the door and they hit capacity, and they said no, and so someone stepped out, and my mom was actually able to go and watch some of it. So it was very they stopped her at first, though. It was very we didn't expect that to happen, especially as a first time playing band, and that was our first time live as a group. So it was very, very interesting. But obviously we appreciate the venue putting us on and having us for the first time. It was just interesting first time. So
that is huge. And now when you guys win a Grammy, you're going to have to take that mic real quick first, and you're going to have to give a shout out to your mom first of all before anything. You owe her.
She came probably to the last show. She was front row for the last one. So
she was that, and she had an amazing jacket on. I'll talk about it till the end of time. Yeah. I didn't put it on the mic. I was like, Sean's mom has an amazing jacket on tonight. So yeah, it was just bedazzled. It doesn't matter, but no, it doesn't. But you know what I mean.
They came to impress, and they were loud and having a good time. So that was a lot of fun to see that, especially after the first shows cut off of a few people. So
yeah. Definitely.
Oh, I love that. Well, okay. So, I mean, literally, thank you, internet. The internet, the magic of Facebook brought all of you together, which is so cool. Was it just that instant click? I mean, there's a lot of musicians out there, right? There's a lot of talented artists. There's a lot of people, especially in Chicago. I think it's a hub of just creativity. And, New York, Chicago, you guys have so many talented people. How was this 6 of you came together? Did it just click from the beginning? What led you from that to that first show?
Well, I don't know, Sean, do you want to say? Because I was going to say me and Sean clicked definitely right away. And backup singer Jade had been very good friends with Sean.
For several years, yeah. I mean, I can tackle this one and kind of go into, what got me here to get to Steph, if you'd indulge. But
of course, I'll just cut you off. Don't you worry. You just do your thing.
Around 2 years ago, I suddenly had a lot more free time after moving back in post-college with my parents, and I was trying to find new hobbies or rediscover a hobby, and I had played guitar growing up on and off. I always was kind of this weird intermediate phase where I could play almost any Beatles song, any fairly difficult song, but nothing that was ever crazy. So I was always kind of just doing it for fun. And throughout college and high school, playing it for a year, dropping it for a year, it kind of became this cycle. And then in 2024 in January, I started to pick it up more again, and I really got hyper invested in it. And I actually, funny enough, in the same Facebook groups that Steph was posting on, a band of 4 guys my age at the time were trying to do cover band stuff, and they were doing really simple songs. Last Night, some Arctic Monkeys, a lot of really simple stuff. And first I replied to the post. They actually were rehearsing in my hometowns, which was funny enough. So I reached out to them. They put me on. They had me start to play with them. That's when I started to get experienced again over that year with that group. And then at one point we were doing strictly covers, but we never had I don't think we had the same level of time that we had put into it. And in that same group, I found our drummer Derek, who we connected, and we just kind of clicked instantly. And then eventually him and I wanted to do a different style of music. So and some of the other members wanted to go do some more writing and more original stuff. So Derek and I, over the next, I want to say 6 months, end of 24 to mostly end of 24, we were looking, trying to find people who just wanted to do some more alternative rock cover music that's not typical at bars, more Avril Lavigne, more Paramore, less Chappelle Roan pure covering that, and other, it was good music, but it was definitely what we were seeing all the bands in like Wrigley and Logan Square, and we're like, okay, like that's already kind of a niche filled, and there's not a ton of bands that are playing like the fun throwbacks that like we grew up with when we were growing up in the 2000s. So we Derek and I formed this group. We cycled through a couple musicians first, who then whether or not it worked out with other people, we remained friends with all the people we worked with, and eventually we found Steph through the Facebook group. Then afterwards we found it was the three of us. We were just doing guitar, drums, and vocals for a little bit. And then we found our bass player, Tyler, who was also looking in the Facebook group. He had just moved from Indiana, so he was looking for groups. And funny enough, he ran a bass like tutorial video Instagram, which was like, we saw all his like covers and we were like, oh, he's perfect. Like, and yeah, we love Tyler. So like we hit it off with him instantly. And then we found a more elder statesman within the alternative rock genre, and our friend Drew, who had been playing for a little longer than the rest of us, but he saw the vision early on. He was like, I'm here for it. So he joined us, and then we had a bunch of songs that we were like looking to have backup vocals for, a lot of stuff with a harmonization, or like there's two parts. And I reached out to my friend Jade, who is in this chat right now, hyping us up. And she
that's
and she
your username. Sorry, go on.
Is that the milk?
Yep, that's Milk Judd.
Milk.
Fast.
Yeah.
I want to say I coined that nickname many years ago. But no, we approached her knowing there's we weren't looking for like another full-time vocalist, and she had some choir and singing history, so she joined us right away, and it was just a good fit. I mean, it feels like right now we're just the super tight-knit group. We all have the same sense of humor. We all laugh together. There are difficult times where we all like stress together, but I feel like we always can ride through it, and we're always we have the same goal in mind, and we're just having fun along the way. And it's just been great to work with this group of 6 of us here. So
that's so cool. And even before, we just got like a couple seconds to talk before the show, and you guys were talking about that first show, and you guys are both kind of reflecting on that. What was that like after going through all of that, finding your people, building this amazing band, working your butts off to rehearse and to really come into your own as a group? And then you have that first show, your mom can't even get in. So obviously you're doing something right. What was that whole feeling like?
You want to take this one, Steph?
Yeah, sure. And we could both answer it. I just didn't want to talk over you if you had a thought. I was, well, of course, very nervous. Just want to make sure that what we think, which if 6 of us think that that these songs are well known and we relatively think we sound good, and other people that have come and because we'll rehearse in Sean's basement. Thank you, Sean. Because he has all the stuff, and so there's been times his friends have come over just before, or just right when we're finishing up, and they'll say, oh hey, that was pretty good, or they'll be taking videos, and so that's good reassurance. The reason I bring that up is you just get nervous that oh, what if this doesn't land? It's kind of like a comedian. I don't know, what if I am not the right flow for this place, right? But then you get to the place, you see, and the other bands were wonderful too. But you just get the feeling you get more comfortable once you're in the environment. I think for me personally, just the anxiety of just never being to the venue was whatever. But anyway, that's kind of my own thing. But as a whole band, we were nervous, cared so much, and we care so because we want this to be successful, and it is successful already because we're having fun and because we have shows and people know about us, and that's really all that matters. We're not in it for anything other than obviously having fun and and friendship and camaraderie and all the stuff from after school programs. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so. Yeah, so I was nervous, but again, going into it, and seeing, I had 12 family members come, so that was really awesome. So having that was also just another really good reassurance of, this will be good, and and if it's not good learning experience regardless. But I thought it was great. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Sean?
No, I mean both shows I thought were just fantastic. I had never had so much fun playing live music. I think when I've been in several bands, and it's always fun to be up there and playing guitar. I try not to talk much, or I hope I don't talk too much, and that's part of Steph's job, to make sure that I don't start speaking crazy as a non-vocalist up on stage, that mic away from me.
You don't have a microphone easily accessible. You have to walk over.
I have to walk over, so it'd be a very it would be an intentional effort to go and say something. But no, I always have a great time playing guitar, and just seeing my people come out, and new people. It's just great to play anywhere. We've been offered to do house parties. We've been offered to do small bars, large bars. I mean, the one that we have coming up this Friday is probably one of our largest venues that we'll do within the next, I'd say. Yeah, we can get into Book Club more later, because they were just awesome to work with for this. But it's just it's been amazing to work with this group of people, and just to see this kind of I've been with it for 2 years now, and part of that was with another group, and then now I want to say 15 or 16 of the months have been with Steph and the Shenanigans, and just trying to get the project off the ground. And finally to have it there, and to have people who believe in the initiative, was just the best thing. And it makes me so happy to be able to, spend my time during the week, obviously talking to people and playing, but also then to be on stage with them and really kind of show what we've done together. So it's almost just an amazing, I can't even describe it. It's just such a nice feeling to be able to go and play. So
to get to do what you love, to actually get to do what you love. I think that is so exciting. And we need so much more of that in the world right now, right? Just happiness and love. And just when you guys were talking about those songs, such nostalgia, right? Yes. I think we're around the same age, right? Oh my gosh. That was such good music back then. I miss those just classic. I miss those classic songs from back in the day. Do you remember that? Do you guys still remember your set list from that first show?
I think I have it pulled up. Let me pull
get it.
Let me pop it open. Because we've had 2 shows of the first one. Okay, yeah, I got it right here. So we started off with and this was the show that we had the double kick pedal fiasco, where we lost 10 minutes.
Mom didn't get in, so very eventful.
We did Scotty Doesn't Know, Welcome to the Black Parade, What You Know by Two-Door Cinema Club, 1985 by Bowling for Soup, Self-Esteem by The Offspring, Basket Case by Green Day, the What's New Scooby-Doo by Simple Plan, nice little cartoon throwback, Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, Dear Maria Count Me In, Everlong by Foo Fighters, Sex Tape by Deftones, and Toxicity by System of a Down. So we did a bunch of
I stinking love it. I was gonna ask you, what was your favorite one? Because I 100%, I was like, oh, Steph, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. No, I will now. I will absolutely put you on the spot. What was you were talking about some Amy Winehouse though? I mean,
yeah. So that's
give us a little teaser. Give us a little taste of your talent.
Well, I totally can. It's good. Well, can you hear? Is the acoustics okay? Can you hear fine?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about. But I'm in my kitchen, so I think that is fine. So we had a little bit for everyone else. Hello.
Give us the reenactment. Give us the full reenactment.
So the full reenactment, and that's the thing. It didn't feel like 10 minutes. So me saying that I didn't even finish a full song. So I actually kind of messed up, I'm being a front man, because I was so caught up in watching him, and I don't know. I just froze, because I was just oh no, what's going on? But oh no, I should entertain. So while he was doing that, because I also kind of thought it was going to be 2 seconds that maybe he was done, but then it turned into 5 minutes, and then the 5 minutes turned. So I was like, oh, okay, I gotta do something. So again, and I don't know, I want to maybe give Milk Judd, aka Jade, who is our background singer, Milk Judd in the chat. I'm pretty sure she came to me and she was like, you should do something. You should whatever. So okay. A little side note, and I'll sing in a second. But a little side note, my Auntie Kathy was there, and she just had her 82nd birthday, and she
happy birthday, Auntie Kathy.
At the end of November. She's great, and she was telling me after, I was like, oh, did you have fun at the show? She's like, of course, Stephanie. And she would always come to all of my show choir performances. She's just the best. whatever. I could talk about her all day. Anyway, but she, comes to the show and, like, and it was, we went on at 10 p.m. So that wasn't like an easy ask kind of for anybody. Like people like, I'm 29. I'm not necessarily decrepit, but it is sometimes not the easiest thing. You know what I mean? Like just getting to it, whatever. People live all different places.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say about my Auntie Kathy was when she came, she's like, of course I always love seeing you perform, honey. I mostly loved when you sang Amy Winehouse because I just heard you like that, and that made me want to like just go. She's just like the sweetest. She's the sweetest. But yeah,
this one's for you, Auntie Kathy. Then let's throw this one out there for her.
And she's also and she was just getting out of the hospital. Actually, she had open heart surgery like out of nowhere. Like so she's a warrior. She's wonderful, and she's always been so supportive. So. This is for you to get the end. I will show you this at some point. How does this song go? I'm sorry, I gotta think about it.
No, you do your thing.
Like some of her songs like get mixed up in my head sometimes.
Are you doing Rehab? Or are you doing?
Okay, yeah, that one. Let me just grab the lyrics really fast. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you do your thing. And in the meantime, guys, everybody out there, like power prayer, right? Let's do it together. Let's send Auntie Kathy some well wishes, some prayers, some great vibes to heal up from open heart surgery.
I appreciate it. And she'll do that too. She's wonderful. Raised 6 kids. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me get back to yeah, no. She's
saint. She's a saint.
There's just no words. There's just no words. Okay. Sorry, this is like so much build up and like watch it be terrible.
You know what? I like it. We're all anticipating it here. We're waiting for it. We're ready.
That's the thing. I almost started singing. What's the other one? What's her other one? Valerie. That's the.
Oh yeah, I heard it like come out for a second. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that one. Okay. Actually, no. Yeah. No. Okay. I'll do this one. They try to make me go to rehab. I say no, no, no. Yeah, I've been black, but when I come back, you'll know, no. I ain't got the time, and if my daddy thinks I'm fine, he's trying to make me go to rehab, but I won't go. So when we did that live, literally done. So I was like, and it looks like we're good to go, and then we just back in.
Jump right in the next one.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it, girl. Power to you, Steph. Look, I'm such a fan. Like I said, in my head, I sound like Mariah Carey and Celine Dion and like all the greats, right? Reality, I'm the worst in the world. I respect it, especially when you can sing live and just go for it and belt it out. Like talent, respect it, girl. Congrats. Love it. Love that voice.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, you have so many cool things to get to before we talk about the show that's coming up, because you do have a show. So little teaser. I like that. A little teaser to show people what's to come this week. But before we get into that, I do want to talk to you, Sean, because look, we're here with ALS United. We're here doing some really cool things for ALS. And I want to talk about how the heck did you turn your love of music, this incredible band, Steph and the Shenanigans, how did you kind of bring the passion of wanting to help and make a difference, the world of ALS, and your love for music? How did those two things collide?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. So I guess it's not to sound generic. It all goes back to when I was a kid. As all good stories typically start. So for those who don't know me, I grew up in the Chicagoland area, and I had most of my family was from around here, mom and dad's side. My dad's side was more in Wisconsin, and my mom's side's more in Chicago. And I have 2 grandparents who live in Wisconsin, just north of the border, near Kenosha, like 2 or 3 towns north of that in Racine County. And I have always been very close with them. My grandparents, Sandra and Harvey. And I think from a young age, I always looked up to both of them, of course, but my grandmother was more into like literature and gardening and other things that me being a growing boy can't relate to just as much. But with my grandfather, still love those things, by the way. As a, someone who does read now from time to time, it's like it did nestle its way into me at some point. But with my grandfather, Harvey, he from a young age, I remember seeing him play in like country bluegrass bands in southern Wisconsin. And he played banjo in like several groups, and he wrote a lot of his own music. He sang, he did the whole thing. He was awesome with like sound production, just did all sorts of things for his groups, and really just was this like kind of like foundational rock for all the music endeavors that he took on. And I feel like that also extended to a lot of his other parts in life. He was a Hall of Fame track coach in Wisconsin. He was very well loved in this community. And he just, is still just this kind of beacon of just like amazingness in their town they're in. And I couldn't be happier with, him being one of my role models in life, and my grandfather, as well as, my grandmother too. But early on, I was actually not a big music person. I had like bad sound sensitivity, so I didn't go to a lot of big concerts up until I was maybe 11 or 12. I had really like sensitive ears. I think my parents were in the chat. They would be clicking RT right now, retweeting that. I remember like fire alarms, like things like that. Ambulances going by, just like it would flare up, and I would like cover up. I was like, I hated it. So like being in an area where it's just sound was like not my thing initially. And I remember my only real exposure to it was like if I did have headphones in like lightly, or when I would go see my my grandfather play music like at some random venues around like more northern Chicagoland suburbs or southern Wisconsin. We saw him at plenty of shows that he did. And I am not a country bluegrass guy. Is kind of the all right. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, send you some.
I'm with you, Steph.
I was never actually that big into country, but I always remember watching him play, and it just it's always impressed me. It always kind of wowed me. The ability to kind of stand on stage in front of people and you pour your love into this craft. And sometimes it doesn't come off the right way. Sometimes you flub a note. Sometimes you stand awkwardly, and then sometimes you're in your. And I've been in both ends of the spectrum now after 2 years. So now I can really fully relate to that. I still think me personally, I still think I have some big shoes to live in, given I thought he was an amazing player. He had a great voice, and I don't do a lot of singing. I'm trying to be more pure string instrument, but I always remember that it was something that like from a young age, I was always very impressed by and very inspired by. And eventually when I want to say 8 or 9 years old, my mom and dad for Christmas got me my first acoustic guitar. And if I remember correctly, they had asked my grandfather about like, what should we get him to start off with? And I'm pretty sure that was his recommendation was, like a kid's acoustic guitar that would teach me like finger picking skills and, just the bread and butter. I remember having the guitar books. I remember also, I loved the Beatles growing up, could do part with my grandparents being in car rides with them, and they would play me all of like their greatest hits and a lot of Paul McCartney, John Lennon. So I remember being very close to them, just musically. I remember that's kind of where it started to blossom for me at a young age. And then about 17 years ago, I was 10 or 11 years old, and my grandfather was diagnosed with PLS. I don't remember the specific circumstance around it, like the week of. We weren't with them when he got the diagnosis, but we remember. I remember hearing about it for the first time, of course, and it was very like. I was 10. I didn't quite understand what I was, what that meant fully. I could barely like fully understand fractions at that point. So how am I going to understand, something as, kind of tough as that? And I didn't know what that meant for him, in the coming months and years. And what I did, come to learn was it was, PLS. It was just and correct me if I'm wrong here, just a different form of ALS, and it was more for the primary lateral movement. And I remember, for him being a musician, obviously he had other motor skills. It was just a very tough, just kind of hit my family tough. And, eventually over time, he was more limited in what he could do. At first it was maybe driving a little more, and then it was instrument playing, and then it was even things like, playing cards, and like just being a little bit more like he was more, restricted. But even given that, my grandfather's still alive 17 years after his initial diagnosis, which is amazing. We're like beyond thankful that he's still able to be with us, and we get to enjoy his company for what's felt like, forever, which is awesome. And we wouldn't have it any other way. And even despite the limitations that, he had, being someone who ran a lot, someone who did drive a lot and played music and was just very active in his community, he still hasn't, he's found ways to navigate that, where it's been very like, innovative in how he's changed his life. He started getting into bird watching more, and started installing like bird feeders and getting binoculars and getting all into that, and like taking photographs. He was always into photography, but he got really into that, and he's even done some semi-professional photography. And then music wise, he's still does it. He can't play anymore, but he mixes and masters a lot of like his friends' bands, because he was always going to be close with those people that he made his music network with, which I also feel like is kind of where I get my philosophy on music and band management. Never burn your bridges, and never make enemies. You never know where you'll be in life, and those people will remember when you're good to them, and now those people he's played with are good back to him, and he gets to still be involved in that, even though it might not be playing. It's mixing and mastering, and he's integral to what they do still. And it's just, I think it's amazing that he can still be involved in the music process, even with limitations that PLS has put on him. And funny enough, like during the I guess I had a full circle moment recently. And I actually posted about this about a month ago. For like years, I think after he got PLS when I was like 13 or 14, that's where I started to be a little more on and off. I wasn't in guitar school anymore. I was kind of playing on my own, jumping in bands here and there. And then I want to say, the 2 years ago when I started, playing in bands again, and I kind of tried to have my moment where I reinvented my life a little bit and restructured what I wanted to do. I got back into it. I remember talking to him about playing a little bit. I remember showing him videos of me just trying to grow, trying to get back into it. RT to Donna. And I remember just, talking to him about, obviously just like talking about like music I like, and he would send me like song recommendations back. And sometimes it would be like very similar, sometimes be very different. Obviously different generations, like different styles, but I was always able to take something from it. And then I, also like, he's had a good time seeing me play again. And even now, like I want at some point when we do get more into originals, I'd love to be able to use him for like mixing and mastering, and to learn some of that wisdom part, because that's something that I'm not personally affluent in, but that's a whole other thing. But I had
Has he made it to the shows? Has he come out to see you guys perform?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We were hoping he could come to this one, but it's a little late. 10:30 being the headlining bill. But we're planning on doing some summer shows, where it's going to be more like warm and the kind of streets of Chicago more so, where it's going to be a little more outdoorsy. There's a lot of festivals. Funny enough, Steph helps do that for a living, so she knows all the places to go. So I think that'll be the first time that I'll get to have him out there to come watch us play. And hopefully by that point, because he played in mainly original bands. I'm new to writing music myself, so I would love for him to hear some of my brain creations and hear some of the stuff that's inspired me in the same way that as a kid I saw from him, which did inspire me when I was a young kid. So funny enough though, I actually I had never been to a concert with my grandfather until a month ago. I saw Paul McCartney with him and my grandmother, for my second time, and it was their first time. And I remember going with both of them, and I've never seen my grandfather tear up. That was the first time. He's such a big music person, bigger than me. I don't even think I can argue. I'm more into it than he is, but I try to be. But it just made me like, it just, kind of like touched my heart in a way that made me even more inspired to keep doing this, because, I see the passion he has for it. And, I'm lucky, I'm blessed to have a lot of positive male role models in my life. My father, but I don't think anyone more so than my grandfather, just from a standpoint of, I'm always just impressed by the way that he's overcome, everything in his life. I feel like they've thrown everything, life's thrown everything at him, and he still refuses to take it lying down. He just keeps finding new ways to reinvent himself and find ways to, have fun. And that's something that, I would hope for myself one day, if it came to it. And, I'm always inspired by that. I know ALS and PLS suck. They're terrible, but he's made the most of a really shitty situation, and he still does what he loves. And it's just, it's always inspires me to work that a little bit harder.
Amazing. That is so cool. In 17 years, that is incredible. Massive shout out to your grandpa for just being a friggin' superhero. That is absolutely amazing. I love that he was so inspiring to you. And all of that, I mean, did that help? Was that kind of an easy why because I do want to talk about the show you have coming up, because it is for ALS, right? It is for, you guys are supporting this cause. You're supporting that fight in your grandpa's name to keep it going for not only him, but for all of those people that are also walking the same journey he is and battling either PLS or ALS. Like you said, they're all the same nasty, evil family that we cannot wait to just beat down. We need to win this battle. It did that inspiration, it did all of that amazingness from your grandpa. Obviously, it's in your DNA, first of all, the music. So all that spilled over. But did that fight spill over too into why you wanted to take this band into a direction, in this case, to help those battling ALS?
Yeah, of course. I would even say, just in not even just the show, but like me personally seeing, firsthand, it really pushed me when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I just remember that was such like a way that, even when times got tough for him with ALS and PLS, it inspired him. And I remembered that, and years later, and I was like, okay, I'm going to give my go at this. I know that that's what he would, kind of push me to do if I brought it up to him, which I did at some point. He was like, I'm glad you're doing it. But for the show specifically, at one point I wanted to do, an ALS show. I wanted, the goal was I wanted my grandfather to see one of our shows, and I would have loved for him to be at this one. The only problem is with like the more premier venues of Chicago, they're literally later shows, and they're in Wisconsin. It would just be harder for them to come out. So rather than push it down and try to like hope for like a 5 p.m. spot somewhere, which don't typically happen on Fridays or Saturdays, I ended up just wanting to do this for like our first big like venue that could host 150, 200 people, if not more. And that's and luckily enough, we were looking around before, I think we hadn't had our second show yet, and we were looking around for a venue to do a big year-end send-off show, knowing full well it was going to be around the holidays. And we talked about like what places to. I remember emailing, I want to say like 30 different venues. I really was just reaching out, trying to find the right spot that would have us. Again, cover bands, I don't know if they're not as attractive to some of these venues or not, but we were, I was really trying to like convince a lot of these venues that, hey, like we want to put on like some type of show for some good cause. And I knew in my heart, I was like, it's going to be ALS United. And I did the research to find you guys, of course. But it was just, something that like, it was around the holiday season. I felt like it was fitting. I knew it kind of sucked that my grandfather wouldn't be able to make it, but, I still wanted to do something good for this show in particular. And, we found Bookclub, who they're in their new location. I think they've been there for 2 years now, and we've had friends who played in other bands at Book Club in Lakeview, and they spoke their praises. They said all these amazing things about them, and we were so appreciative that they took a chance on us and let us have this event. And then as soon as we were able to confirm the venue, I wanted to get some of ability to use our people to help fundraise for something that I believe heavily in, as well as the bands backed me in that belief. And I just thought it would be like the perfect situation to maximize spreading the word about ALS United. And also just, give people like a really fun time and have a good atmosphere and do something, kind of good in the city of Chicago. So, luckily, obviously my bandmates believed in the project. The other bands, I want to give them a special shout out real quick if I can.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Tommyland, Crow Party, TV and Color, and Sports Radio. They all joined in on this pretty early on. I remember having on top of talking with ALS United and Book Club, and then my bandmates, I also had to talk to them and get them on board, and they were more than happy to. By that point, we had a head set on doing this fundraiser show, and they were more than happy to join in on it and help for the cause. And they've been marketing it like super well. They've been super supportive. They're just all those guys have just been awesome to kind of work alongside. Some of them are past bandmates I've gotten to work with. Some of them are just colleagues from other areas of life. And I've just I've loved having to kind of plan this along with them on top of like everyone else. So I feel like this was not just a single person effort. This was a community that helped make the show happen. And it just makes me like really, really happy. I'm like so nervous for the show itself because I want this to be like the best sounding we ever sound. Even if we peak here, I'm so comfortable with that because I don't think we will, but I would love for this to be like the biggest show we because of the messaging, just because it would mean for me and my family and obviously the ALS community. It would make, I feel like this is our opportunity to do something really, really amazing, especially around the holiday season. I feel very strongly about this, and I'm glad that everyone else who's joined in has also shared that sentiment.
That is so cool. I love this. And I think that's a testament, like you said, to not only the power of the man your grandpa is to inspire this in you, to get you so excited to share the love of music with you, to inspire wanting to give back, wanting to put this whole thing together, and finding such a great group of talented musicians that wanted to jump on board and help take the show to the next level. Let everybody know where. So it's coming up this Friday. It is a charity show for ALS United. You guys are like out there fighting this battle. You guys will be performing. You guys are headlining Steph and the Shenanigans, all those great bands you announced. Can people still get tickets?
Yes, they can. They're all on we have a link in our Instagram that it directly links to tickets. Book Club also has, it's directly on their website.
Amazing.
Tickets are also at the door. And I think the venue, it's between 150 to 200. I'll double check that. If you want to repost the venue count, don't want to make, have a situation where people get outside. But
you know what? If that happens, though, you guys are just going to have to take it to the street. You guys are just going to have to get out there and just perform for all those that are waiting in line that are trying to get in. But let's make that happen. Let's blow this up, you guys. It's in the chat. I threw it's this Friday, December 19th at Book Club in Chicago. It's on Lincoln Avenue. The address is up there from 6 to 11:30 p.m. It's $15 online or at the door. What a cool night out. $15, right? I mean, come on. I don't even think you can go to Starbucks and get an order for $15. So show up. The money is going to a killer cause. You get to hear them perform and a bunch of other amazing bands. Like, come out, help support the ALS community, and get to meet Steph and Sean in person. How fun would that be?
Added bonus, we are taking, at the show, we'll have a donations jar for everything.
Love it.
The venues talked about giving some of the sale proceeds from the night. for like, I forget what it was for, but they're going to give some of the money they make to the cause. They were upfront about that really early on, which I was so appreciative that, you know, they said that. And we're actually giving away some free band merch. Some of the other bands are trying to figure out if they can, and if they can, that'd be amazing. But we're going to have a couple t-shirts and some hats, and then obviously the ALS United. Yeah, that hat. That's good. There's two of those.
It's me.
Cool.
T-shirts like this.
Oh, so cool. So cool. Guys, there's still time to get Christmas gifts too, by the way.
Yes.
Right? Like, go out there and get some band merch for Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Stocking stuffers, all the good things. Because again, too, all the cool stuff is happening this month in December. So all those donations that you guys collect, right? All those donations coming into ALS United are getting doubled. So that is really, really cool.
I didn't even know that. Oh my God. That makes me even more
Isn't this exciting?
Yeah.
I know. This is so huge, you guys. These gifts go so far. And I know if you've been on the show, if you've been listening to the show before, I will never stop saying this because I just get so excited to say it. Every single cent that comes in, that money goes so far. It is helping so many people in this community. It goes to them. Everything that we provide, all of those services, the support groups, all of the help to the family, the lending closet, getting them to clinics, all of these things completely free of charge. Nobody comes and pays anything. So your donations make that possible. We cannot do that without you guys. So coming out, supporting the show, not only getting a great night out, getting to see incredible bands perform, but bonus, you're helping those in the ALS and the PLS community. I mean, how can you not come? How can you not?
Find you if you don't come. Just kidding. Sorry. Threatening.
No. I love it. No, it's all good. Everyone was distracted. I missed what you said too, but I'm for it. Whatever it was, I'm for it. I mean, we're running out of time, but I wanted to make sure. I just think it's you guys, it is so cool. I love that you found your people. I love that you guys created this incredible band. I can't wait to have you guys back again. Maybe we'll have you come back on because like you were saying, Steph, it's already just in the time you guys have been together, you've already seen this beautiful growth. I can't wait to see where you guys are at, you know, what 2026 is going to bring for you. And Sean, I hope this is the beginning of many incredible, maybe this turns into a yearly ALS show. I think there's just throwing it out there.
I would have no disagreement for me. I think that'd be awesome.
I love it. So yeah, I think 2026 is going to be huge for you guys. It's so funny. I had this fun little game. We don't have a ton of time, but I do want to hit you guys with a little bit of this as I'm pulling this up. Or I'll put you on the line at the end. Do you have a favorite Christmas carol, a favorite Christmas song? I'm going to have you take us out to it. So just think about it. Let that one play around in your head for a little bit because I need more of your voice. I'm just going to say it. I think you have a beautiful voice. So we need to hear you at least one more time. But have you guys seen this silly, I don't know if it's viral. I'm going to say it's viral and then I'm just speaking the truth. Have you guys seen this stuff on Instagram where people are posting those games of where you've had the pictures and then you try to put what do the pictures mean? Like sometimes the country pictures and you have to try to guess what the country is.
No.
Oh, like you literally just like a picture of a street and you're like, that's Madrid or like that's
exactly. Yes.
Oh. Game I used to play.
Yes.
There's a website with this where you just get context clues from it and you're like,
my dad does this for fun. He does this game for fun. If he's watching right now and I get if you're gonna do this to me and I get questions wrong, I'm gonna hear about this.
I'm gonna do this to you. And I wish, Steph, I would have met you sooner because I could not find these anywhere for a Christmas version. I stayed up making my own. So I had to create these last night. Searching. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So it's a Christmas theme. So all pictures lead to something that is Christmas themed. So see if you two can guess what this means.
Okay.
Duh. Okay. Very first one.
Frosty the
Christmas theme. Yeah.
Is it just the first one?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, she's kicking your butt right out of the gate. Ooh, how about this one?
It was.
Yes.
Not at all.
Okay, this means I've made these too easy.
Baby's cold
outside.
Yes. I love it. Feel free to sing the answers if you want to.
Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Yes. Way to go, Sean. Dude, look. His name is Chris. Chris, and then Mass. Chris Mastery. I like it. I want to. Ooh, can we get this one? It's not. Remember, it's Christmas themed. It doesn't always have to be a song.
Naughty
or
nice. Naughty or nice.
Yes.
Or I was like, okay.
I was thinking naughty, paddle, nice.
Like, kind of. That was like, that's not right.
Yes. Oh, Sean, you're coming back. Steph, come on.
Spring decane.
Candy cane.
God damn. Okay, it looks like a spring.
Spring.
Rock around the Christmas tree. Rock around the tree.
Yes. Yes.
Jordan.
Oh my God.
Oh, I got you on that one.
These are too easy. You guys are killing it. Yes. A kiss under the mistletoe. Freaking fantastic. You guys are killing it.
Just us roasting Well, at least we're good at this. Okay. Woo!
Oh my God. You guys did that in like, I think you did that in like a minute and a half.
Woo!
I think you guys just crushed that. You guys are amazing. I mean, hey, look, if this music thing doesn't work out,
we should make these slideshows. Yes.
Yes, you can go on the game circuit. You can just be the people that are on the streets getting stopped to do these little games because you guys crushed it.
Steph's gonna text me about a podcast idea like 2 minutes after this call ends.
Don't even text me. I will.
I love it. You guys. What you guys need to start your own show, and then I love that. Let me know. I will come on anytime and just like play game.
Yes.
Anytime. I had all kinds of trivia too. We'll do another one later, but Christmas trivia, but you guys would smash that too. You guys are just crushing the game. I love it. You guys are so fun to meet. Steph and the Shenanigans. You guys make sure you come out on Friday. This Friday, December 19th, in Chicago. It's $15 at the door. Best bargain ever. $15 ahead of time. Exactly. $15 at the door. Do either of you happen to know the link? Can you throw that up in the chat for people just in case they are interested? While you're doing that, Sean, Steph, can you I want to end this on some Christmassy love vibe. We got that tree rocking in the background. You want to sing us out with a Christmas carol?
I'm gonna do yes. I'm gonna
do. Nothing like getting you to come on and then totally putting on you on the spot the entire show.
Now it just looks like I know no lyrics to any songs, but
that's not true.
I'm gonna look at something on the wall and say it. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here's one. It's from the trivia thing. Here we go. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up like Inuits. We can't say Eskimos anymore. So I just already said it. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
I'm putting the.
I don't know how much more you want me to sing.
I love it. We're just lost in it. I would have sat there and listened to you forever.
That's fair.
Hold on. I'm trying to add the link into the.
Get that.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, I just put it into the other chat.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful. I will copy it for you in case anybody is interested, which I know you all will be. So don't even try to pretend like you're not. Make sure you copy and save this so that you guys can have all the information on where you can get tickets or show up. If you scroll up in the chat, the address is on there. You can always just show up and buy tickets at the door, but be wary. It may sell out really, really fast. Sean's mom didn't even make it into the first show. So make sure you get there early, get your spot in line, and come into that show and support, because they are doing this incredible show for all of those battling ALS and PLS.
Yes.
So come out and support and get to see Steph and the Shenanigans. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for all that you are doing. You guys are incredible. I am so excited for you in the show.
Thank you for having us. This was so fun. Thank you. You do. This is awesome.
I love it. Well, I'm gonna bug you. I'm gonna bug you guys, and we're gonna bring you back because we're gonna have to hear how the show went.
Yes,
and how everything went, and what you guys raised for the cause, and all of that. And Sean, we're gonna have to meet your grandpa. I mean, 17 years, man, in this fight. What an inspiration. We're gonna have to get him on here. But giving so much love to all of that, and yeah, you guys just keep being the rock stars that you are. And thank you for doing this. Have an amazing show on Friday night.
Oh, thank you. Happy holidays, everybody, and yeah, follow us on Instagram and keep updated with us. And we love you all. Happy holidays. Be safe, everyone.
Thanks, everyone, so much.
Thank you.
You guys, how awesome are they? Make sure you check them out. Make sure if you can't come out to the show this Friday, make sure you keep an eye on them on their Instagram and everything. See when they're coming to an area around you and help support the cause. They are such a cool group. They're doing some really amazing things to help in the battle against ALS and just getting out there and sharing their passion with the world. So cool. We love that they took time. Have an incredible Christmas, everyone. Thank you for spending your December night with us here. I will see all of you in the new year. I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but the next time I see you guys all for the next live, it's going to be 2026. That is crazy. Have a beautiful, magical, and happy holiday. And you know what? In the spirit of the show and everything we do here, spend some extra time with the ones that you love. If anything we have learned from this and what ALS does, it reminds us that life is short. So go out there, check all those things off your Christmas list, make all of those bucket wishes come true, spend time with the ones that you love, and have a magical holiday season. We will see you next year in 2026. So much love from Season Sunflower Hour. Guys, let's end the year strong, and don't forget to be bright and shine your light.